Hi, I'm Vivian Stevens. I'm a professional makeup artist in Austin, Texas. I'm here to show you some skincare and the art of camouflage. I am also a person living with scleroderma, so not only is it my job to understand my skin, but it's my job to understand other people's skin and different types of skin. So before I even put makeup on, the most important thing to start with is prep. And so this is your skin hydration. These are exfoliants. I will explain those and answer any questions during the live. This is going to be pre-recorded, so if you have any questions, you'll be able to ask me them during the live. That being said, first of all, things that I like to use for skincare as far as exfoliation would be a physical scrubbing brush. I have this, it's super soft, it has very soft micro bristles on both sides. This was $3. I can find a link to this item and put it on the list below. Then I like to use a physical exfoliant, which can have a grit to it, which can be salt or sugar. I love using this product. It's the Whipped Soap and Scrub from Pacha Soap Company. I have two different ones that I like using. They have the vanilla almond and the dead sea moss. This one, the dead sea moss is a little bit rougher. Not only do I use this on my face, I use it on my body. So this is probably the one I use the most on my face. If you're someone who's sensitive to fragrances, you might want to be careful with this. So I like using these. What I'll do is just open up. I'll take a little bit of it in my hands, and I'll just rub it with soap and water until it's like a loose lather, and then I'll just apply it on all the spots on my face that are dry. My next go-to would be a chemical exfoliant. This is very gentle. This is e.l.f.'s Gentle Peeling Exfoliant. This is with purified water, licorice, and papaya. And the directions say to apply the cleanser on dry face and gently massage in circular motions. Avoid the eye and lip area. Rinse with warm water, pat dry, and use 2 to 3 times a week. I really like this because it doesn't have those little granules in there. It doesn't sting or burn or cause the skin to be too irritable. This one is really great. Important things with exfoliating, especially as somebody with scleroderma, is we have very dry skin. We have dry patches. If the skin underneath the makeup isn't smooth, the makeup is not going to lay smooth when you're trying to camouflage imperfections, so to speak. After I've exfoliated, I like to use one of 2 products, Botanics. This is their All Bright with Hibiscus Micellar 3-in-1 Cleansing Solution. It's a toner. This is just to remove any extra debris from the skin, make sure that the pores are clean and close. I love this company because it is very gentle on the skin. I don't have any burning or tingling sensations. I use this right after I exfoliate. I use it as a toner, and this really helps my skin. The other one that I like to use is Dickinson's. This is a witch hazel with rose water. It also has hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. And this is really nice because it removes impurities, it refines the pores, but it also hydrates the skin. So this is just another step after your exfoliant. So once I've exfoliated, I apply this with a cotton pad and then go on to a serum or a moisturizer. The next thing is moisture. Moisture is so important. So we have super dry skin. I have very dry skin. You want to get a balance of hydration. So products that I use to bring moisture into my face usually have some kind of humectant in them. Humectant is like glycerin Or products that I like to use would be like a hyaluronic acid. This is just one that I found at a Ross for $5. Because it's a humectant, it helps my skin to absorb moisture. After I have already applied my exfoliant, I've applied my toner and my serum, the next thing that I do just to keep my skin super hydrated and super soft underneath my makeup is using a moisturizer. This is a drugstore brand. It's called e.l.f. and this is called Super Hydrate. This is a godsend product. It's an oil-free moisturizer. It's with squalene, and when you look at it from the inside, it looks like a jelly. A little bit of this, like literally a pea-sized amount, will make your skin so soft. I'll apply some right now because I have nothing on my face, so I'm just going to use a little pea-sized amount. See, literally that much. And I just like to apply this all over my face. And I like this because it's really, really soft. Whatever I have left over, I use on my hands because my hands are very dry. But this, I believe, is like $8 to $12. And you can buy this at your local drugstore, your local Target. It's a really amazing product. I definitely advise to use this, especially if you want hydrated skin that's not oily. This will make you feel like you just spritz your face with water or something hydrating, so you definitely don't feel any dry or crackiness, no peeling, which is really good before applying makeup. The next product that I use is SPF. Okay, so I love this one from Neutrogena, mainly because I'm a brown girl and a lot of SPF or sunblocks can leave this white cast that looks really ridiculous on my skin. This one is clear, so I'm just going to apply a little bit. I know, so I have this much, I'm just going to apply this all over. It does have a light scent, but it's not terrible. And this is also, it's a gel to waterproof, which is great. I'm just going to use whatever's left on my hands. Okay. And whilst we're on the topic of hydration, my lips are very dry. So I just have a little bit of Carmex. You can use Burt's Bee, whatever chapstick or lip gloss you have. If you're needing exfoliant for your lips, a little bit of sugar and honey. You can just rub that on your lips and you can wipe it away, or you can wipe it away with a face cloth. Use that. I've used this a lot, so it's like really, I'm not going to show you it, folks. It looks kind of bad, but here is some for my lips. One little trick, this is non-cosmetic, but it definitely makes me, when I'm applying makeup, it boosts my confidence a little bit. This is a lip enhancer, and pretty much it just uses suction to bring blood flow to your lips so that your lips look a little bit fuller. I like using this on days where I want to use a bold lipstick, because, you know, having scleroderma, one of the symptoms is tightness on the upper lip that makes it look almost like it's disappeared. So I like to use this. I'll use it now so you can kind of see the difference. And you just suck in for like a few seconds and then let go. So and sometimes I do it a couple times. So if you have lighter skin, be careful when applying this. I would do this like before you apply any makeup, because it can cause like a little bit of bruising here, or a little redness. It does go away. It doesn't show up that way on me, but like it does leave like a little mark. But by the time I'm done with my makeup, it's all gone. I can tell you products that I use for removing makeup after I've applied everything, because I'm just going to take everything right off. But the only chemicals I really use on my face, besides the few that I've mentioned for skincare, is makeup, and I take it off. I never sleep in makeup. I mean, there's a few times, I'm young, there's a few times that I have. I don't advise it. Don't do that. It's just terrible for your skin. I know that scleroderma affects older people as well as younger people. I'm saying people, I want to be inclusive because that's important to me. And anyone who feels like this is something they want to add to their daily routine or regimen. So I have a few foundations that I found work really well for me. They have full shade ranges, and you can buy them from your local drugstore in any shade. I've noticed that for me, when it comes to concealing, especially with the different textures that we may get from patchiness and dryness from scleroderma, it's important to I like to use a matte foundation, because it makes all of the different textures kind of camouflage into one. For some people that can be drying. If you use the moisturizer, the serum and stuff, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And usually we don't wear makeup for more than like 8 hours a day. So one of my recommendations for a matte foundation is going to be the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is in shade Nutmeg 365. They have also a dewy finish if you feel like this might be too drying for you. Another company, it's the same as this one, is e.l.f. They have a full shade range, so if you are incredibly pale or very dark skin, they have the full shade range online. You can also go to your local Target. They carry the entire shade range in powders, concealers, and everything. This is probably the most user-friendly product out there. And then the next one that I would recommend, this is a little more hydrating if you have really, really dry skin. This is the Milani 2-in-1 Perfect Conceal foundation. It's a concealer and foundation in one. And the nice thing is it comes with a pump, which is great. The e.l.f. one comes with a pump as well. The other one is just a port, so it comes with a pump. So I'm going to just do a light application of makeup. This is what I do if I just want to look like I have really smooth, clear skin going out. I know everyone's routine is different, but this is just something that's quick and without me explaining can be a 5-minute process. The next product I'm going to mention is a concealer. So this is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. They have over 50 shades. So if you even want to just use this as a foundation, the wonderful thing about this product is it's no more than $3. You can get it at Ulta, you can get it at your local beauty supply store. You can also buy it online. And you can get it at CVS or Walgreens. So this is a great product. I'm just going to start with my Milani 2-in-1 concealer. I'm just going to use just a very dense brush and use 2 pumps. I don't know if you can see that. It's okay. You'll see it. I'm going to hold up a mirror so I can see what I'm doing. And so you can see this is my shade. So I'm just going to rub it in. If you don't like using brushes, you can use sponges. I will be using a sponge in this tutorial too, so you'll be able to see that. The nice thing about all of these products, they are medium to full coverage. So if you have redness that you're dealing with, like I have a little bit of redness and spots and discoloration, especially like around my nose and right here, it will cover those areas very well. So just trying to make sure I cover everything. So my eyelids, my nose, my cheeks. I don't really worry too much about concealing my neck. I do have hyperpigmentation on my chest and whatnot, but that's just a lot of product. It'll go on my clothes and whatnot, so I try not to be too fussy about it. We are human, we're not perfect. I don't strive to be whatsoever. So that was 2 pumps. This is what one application looks like. If you want to stop here, that's fine. You can use a setting powder. One of my favorite go-tos is Coty Airspun. One of these containers will last you like 2 years. It's a translucent setting powder that goes a very, very, very long way. So this is one layer of foundation. If you feel like you need more coverage, you can do that. Usually what I do next is I will take a little cosmetic sponge and use my concealer. So I'm going to go in with my concealer. I use Classic Ivory from the LA Girl, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the cosmetic sponge and just blend that in. I don't want to get too crazy, but this is just to brighten up under the eyes and any darkness around the mouth. If you have any spots that you feel like you want to conceal it a little bit more, you can go back with your foundation and just spot conceal the areas that need a little more coverage and then set everything, if that's easier for you. This concealer is a little bit lighter, just to bring a little dimension back, because when you use foundation, it can just make your face look pretty flat. So I'm going to apply this. I put a little bit on my sponge, and I'm going to apply a little under my eyes, above my lip, in the center of my forehead. And then I'm just going to blend this in. And you want to blend it in by patting it in, not dragging the sponge, or else you're just going to wipe the product off of your face. So just going to blend that in. And then if I don't feel like I've blended enough, I'll just go back with a brush that has a little bit of foundation on it and just blend everything together. So you can see I still have some discoloration on my nose, around my nose area, and that's okay, because like if I press my brush in, whatever's left will cover those areas. Okay, so that's what I do for that. I'm just going to take a little bit of my translucent powder now, and I'm going to dot that on my sponge, just like this. And what I like to do is just press this powder in until it completely disappears. And this is the translucent setting powder, so this works for every skin shade. If you have a powder foundation, or if you're a person who likes to use powder foundation, you can spot conceal with your concealer and then go over with your skin shade in that powder foundation shade. And I just like to do this for under the eyes. You can use a light amount. I don't believe in baking or anything, especially with us, we have dry skin. If you have more mature skin, baking is just going to make you look very, very dry and cakey. I believe that the skin should look very glowing, very glowy, dewy, or at least satin, not oily though. And so I'm just going to use a brush that has a little bit of product in there. And then I have a skin shade powder, and you can see the tags on it. It's $1.99. This is what I use for like contouring, but one of them is my skin shade. I just use that, and I just use that around my face. And I'm just trying to powder everything so you don't see any shine. And so I'm just applying this very generously. And so this is a basic application. This is what I do if I just want my skin to look nice and clear. If you guys would like, I can show you just a little bit of extra things you can do just to make you look yourself look a little more youthful. I know there are a lot of people with scleroderma, and they want to just learn basic camouflage. This is what I would usually do. Just if I'm walking out of the house, I'm not putting any other extra products like lipstick, lip gloss, or any of that. I know sometimes it just makes us feel a little bit better and cuter, you know, to add the bells and whistles. So just a few things, and I'm just going to make this super user-friendly. I'm going to use a blush. I just picked a random blush and a random eyeshadow, shimmery eyeshadow. So one thing that does make us look a little more healthy is blush. It just shows that there's really good circulation to the face. So I'm just going to add a little bit to my cheeks, and I like to use this on the top of my cheeks. And this is just a pink blush. I don't know if you can really tell. I'm being very subtle like this. I'm not really big into like the Instagram makeup or any of that. I do photographs and stuff like that, but a little bit on my nose. Our noses naturally get flush. My eyelids, just all over, and then just the perimeter of the face. So that's what I will do for blush. Let me get my bangs together. Okay, and so just to use the same, I'm going to use the same little brush that I have. You might be using one that's a little bit bigger. You can also use your fingers. I'm using just like a little eyeshadow here. Sparkly. Just going to mix the two and add just a little shimmer to my eyelids. This one's kind of like bronzy. It's really pretty. And this is a really great on the go because you don't really have to look at anything. Just makes you feel like you put a little extra oomph, a little extra effort. I'm going to use a mascara. This one is the Princess Lash Mascara from Essence. This is a drugstore brand as well. I really like using drugstore brands when I do makeup on my clients. I think it's more empowering to know that, hey, my professional makeup artist uses products that anyone can find, that's accessible to anyone. And I feel like that is so important as a person, as a man or a woman, or a person who wears makeup. So I'm just going to apply a little mascara just to make my eyelashes look a little bit longer. I like using it on my bottom lashes because it just looks good. Use a little on the top, the other eyelid, and the bottom of the other one. I have really full eyebrows. You can use eyebrow pencils or powders. I like using this. This is a wonderful hair gel. It's very, 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 like if you want to do one of those large mohawks and look real radical, this is one of those things. But it's super hold. I like to use this and just brush my eyebrows up with a spoolie. So I have a spoolie. It's a clear gel. If you want it to have a little bit of color, you can use a powder with this. And so what I just do is just brush my eyebrows up a little bit, and that's really all I do. Nothing too crazy. And the last thing, since I exfoliated my lips, I used a nice little lip balm, and I used my full lip enhancer. I'm trying to find it, sorry. My full lip enhancer. I'm just going to use a cute little matte lipstick. This one is from NYX. Color is Prague. You can use your favorite lipstick. I'm just going to add one so you can see the difference in lip size. This is really very pigmented, so I'm just going to use a little bit so it's not so bright. Those are just extra things you can add in. If you're a person who wears makeup, whether that's male, female, non-binary, this is just a basic application of makeup. So as far as makeup removal, things that I really like are makeup wipes. One of the best ones to use is Neutrogena. This one is from Kiss. It's $2. I will take that. I'll take that and remove all my makeup. If there's any extra, one product that I love using that I do not have with me at the moment, it's called, it's from Palmer's. They make cocoa butter. This is their Rose Hip face and body oil. I like to take that and just rub it all over my face with the makeup that I have on my face, and I'll rub that until it dissolves my makeup, and then I'll take a makeup wipe, or I'll just take whatever gentle cleanser and then wash that off. The great thing is when you use that oil to dissolve the makeup, it doesn't strip the moisture from your skin. So I'll do that. I'll wipe my face, and then I'll start my my skincare, my skin prep all over again, except this time, since I already exfoliated, I'm just going to use a cleanser and go straight to my serum, my toner, my serum, and moisturizer, which would be this one, and this one. And then I just go to sleep or go about my day. So those are products that I like to use. That's a simple makeup routine that I like to use. If you have any questions about better ways of concealing your makeup or concealing spots, there will be open dialogue during the live for you to check out. And so thank you so much for your time. Again, my name is Vivian Stevens. I'm a professional makeup artist in Austin, Texas. I have scleroderma, but scleroderma doesn't have me. Bye.